Visibility isn't vanity, it's strategy. You see, when I look at entrepreneurs today, I see so many talented people losing opportunities, not because they're unqualified, but because they gave someone a reason to doubt them. Maybe it's poor communication, maybe it's inconsistency, maybe it's not returning calls or showing up half prepared. My mother would have said, "Boy, you've worked too hard to let that be the reason they say no." Whether you're selling products, pitching investors, or applying for that promotion, the game hasn't changed. The world's still looking for a reason to say no. Your job is to make that as hard as possible. I'm your host, Les Allen, entrepreneur, builder, and leader with 30 plus years of scars and success to prove it. I've been broke and blessed in boardrooms and courtrooms, and now I'm here to share lessons I've learned. Each week, we'll talk business, life, relationships, and how to build what really matters with raw lessons, real strategy, and the mindset to move forward. Let's get to work. Good day, Rebuild fam. Today I want to discuss a few lessons that my mother taught me. There's an old saying that my mother drilled into me at an early age. Don't give anyone any excuse to eliminate you from an opportunity. Today I want to talk about what that means to me and what that means in life, in business, and in the mirror. Because frankly, sometimes the person giving the world an excuse not to deal with you is you. The foundation, what she taught me. Lesson 1. Choose one and wash yourself, boy. My mother was a kind of woman who didn't pull punches. Whatever she said, she meant, and she said it how she wanted to say it. She once told me, and I quote, "You already got one strike against you in America. You can't be black, fat, and stank. Choose one and wash yourself, boy." Man, that may sound harsh to some of y'all, but that was her version of preparation. Side note, anybody in the streets had to come at me hard to get me upset because what I went through at home was complete preparation for the world. If your mother says it to you, look, it takes a lot to get me riled up. All right, we're going back to the lesson now. What she really was saying was, the world's already looking for a reason to disqualify you. Don't you dare hand it to them. And right there, that's a rule that every business owner, every entrepreneur, and every professional needs to remember. Because you know what? Your customers are doing the same thing. They're looking for reasons not to buy from you. You know, they'll say, "Oh, your website's slow, your invoice is sloppy, you don't file up, you miss deadlines." When you hear that, I hear my mother's voice saying, don't give them a reason. Lesson 2, dual responsibility, serving two altars. My mother also taught me something deeper. Responsibility runs in two directions. She'd say, it's okay to do for them, but you better do for us too. I went to Catholic school and I served as an altar boy, but I still had to hustle across town back to my home church, Messiah Baptist. That was her way of saying, it's okay to show up for the system that feeds you educationally, but don't forget to serve the community that is raising you. So I had to make it back to my church on time to serve. This lesson also turned into a business principle for me. You can serve corporate America, but make sure you're also building something that feeds your people. You can chase revenue, but don't lose your roots. Lesson 3, visibility and influence. Who knows you? It's not where you're from or where you're at or who you know. It's who knows you. When I was a kid, that hit differently when I saw Senator Gerald Ford, yes, the future president, sitting in our tiny living room in the hood. My mother taught me that influence isn't about proximity. It's about purpose. She didn't wait for permission to be invited to the room. She brought the room to her. And in business, that's how you win. Stop waiting for recognition. Show up, do the work so consistently and so professionally that people have no choice but to know who you are. Because visibility isn't vanity, it's strategy. You see, when I look at entrepreneurs today, I see so many talented people losing opportunities, not because they're unqualified, but because they gave someone a reason to doubt them. Maybe it's poor communication, maybe it's inconsistency, maybe it's not returning calls or showing up half prepared. My mother would have said, "Boy, you've worked too hard to let that be the reason they say no." Whether you're selling products, pitching investors, or applying for that promotion, the game hasn't changed. The world's still looking for a reason to say no. Your job is to make that as hard as possible. So here's my rebuild takeaway for you today. Before you walk into that room, before you send that proposal, before you hit publish on that post, ask yourself one question. Did I give them a reason to say no? If the answer is even maybe, man, go tighten that up. My mama's voice still keeps me sharp, and her words still ring true for anyone who's trying to win in this world. Don't give them a reason. This has been The Rebuild. If you got something from this episode, drop a comment, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and hit that subscribe button. And until next time, remember, you can't be fat, black, and stank. Choose one. And one other thing, her direction didn't allow me but one choice, because she told me to go clean myself. I'm black. I can't change that. I would never change that. So that meant lose some weight. That was my only option. So I'll repeat that. Until next time, remember, you can't be black, fat, and stank. Choose one. Respect is the only currency that never loses its value. Stay sharp, stay focused, stay rebuilding. Peace.